It's been a long, dark night, and I've been waiting for the morning. It's been a long, hard fight, but I see a brand new day dawning. I've been looking for the sunshine. You know, I ain't seen it in so long, but everything's gonna work out just fine, and everything's gonna be all right that's been all wrong. And I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, and everything's gonna be alright, gonna be okay. It's been a long, long time since I've known the taste of freedom and those clinging vines that had me bound. Well, I don't need them. Yes, I've been like a captured eagle. You know, an eagle's born to fly. Now that I have won my freedom, like an eagle, I am eager for the sky. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, and everything's gonna be all right, gonna be okay.
I realize that I might sound like a bit of a broken record up here, always talking about how our work is more in the nature of release than acquisition. I seem to be always talking about releasing old subconscious patterns, carving away limiting beliefs, urging us to do our work, clearing, lifting our vibration, clearing more. And today I want to tell you why I talk about that so much. But first, a quick story. So there's a man sitting in a hotel restaurant, and he noticed a young boy, likely around 3 or 4, sitting at the table next to him. The boy, whose clothes were worn and dirty, kept glancing at the man excitedly, looking like he was about to burst. The man smiled at him and continued to eat his breakfast until finally the little boy clearly could not hold whatever it was inside of his little self any longer. He leaned way over in his chair and whispered to the man loudly, "I have on my Superman underwear today." You see, I think we're all a little bit like that little boy. Our old subconscious patterns and limiting beliefs are like the dirty clothes that little boy was wearing. And when we invest in those beliefs, we think we're not as good as. But underneath, we all have our Superman or Superwoman or superhuman underwear on. But unlike the little boy, we've forgotten. And so I talk about releasing old limiting patterns because I know that you are amazing. You are stunning, really. You are so much more amazing and stunning than you know. And not the kind of amazing that is superior to others or that comes at the expense of others. Just quietly, right where you are. You are absolutely spectacular. Do you know this about yourself? How remarkable you are? How beautiful? You are a being of pure light, absolutely brilliant, a rainbow of color, pure conscious energy, radiant and powerful, love-filled and whole. And if you don't know this about yourself, why not? What's between you and knowing this truth about you? What's between you and outrageously expressing the fullness of your being? All those things that you've believed along the way that say that you are not that. All of the thoughts and beliefs that are holding you right where you are. Our splendor lies hidden underneath those limiting beliefs. So that's why I keep talking about releasing and clearing that old limiting gunk. That's why I keep talking about chipping away at that subconscious programming we picked up as children, because that stuff masks our divinity. And when we do our work of discovery and clearing, our true radiance is revealed in all its transcendent loveliness. So will you join me again in prayer? Let's start with the breath. And as we breathe in, let's follow that breath with our attention right to where our body is, so that our awareness settles around our body, so that we arrive once again present to this moment. Know with me, with a passionate sincerity, that there is only one infinite life, one infinite power, one infinite presence, period. Know with me that infinite and one are synonymous, because only one something can be infinite. There cannot be two infinites, and from this we can know with a profound certainty that we are inextricably one with God. And so in this moment, I place my full attention on the truth of my being. Being inextricably one with God, I am also thus one with all that God is. I am a spiritual being. My body is spiritual substance. The love, the wisdom, the power, the life, the intelligence that God is woven into the fabric of my being. And so the one mind is my mind, your mind. The one life is my life, your life. The one power is my power, your power. The one intelligence is my intelligence, your intelligence. It cannot be any other way. Allow this truth to find its home in you. Allow this truth to seep into every crack and crevice of your being until the light and the power of this truth shatter anything that would appear to be contrary. And as your old paradigm crumbles away, the old you that will not accompany you into this new and higher consciousness, allow gratitude to take your hand and a smile to blossom on your lips. You are beautiful. You are stunning. You are magnificent. Let it be so, and so it is.
I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning. Oh, and everything's gonna be alright, gonna be okay. the sun, follow me down. Holy morn, rise with thee, go. I will be free. Holy morn, rise in the desert, follow the sun, follow me down. Holy morn, rise with thee, go. I will be free. I will be free. I will be free.
We have the windows open this morning in the sanctuary, and to listen to Matthew Wilson while the birds seem to respond is a magical experience. I wish you could be here to share that. My name is Dr. Richard Loren Held. Always, it is an honor, a great pleasure to welcome you to Unity in Lynnwood. If you have children, a child, please note that youth and family ministries gatherings are launching at this very moment as well. Credentials are available simply by writing that program director. Her name is Stacy Bailey. Practical spirituality, welcoming a community. That mission statement, so short on word and yet so very broad in implication. So every week I like to support this mission statement with one of the values statements, one of the bullet points which we developed in conversation with your Board of Trustees beginning in late 2014. Take a deep breath with me. I'll read this. See if it belongs to you. We offer a metaphysical teaching which encourages regular spiritual practice, including prayer, meditation, affirmation, denial, service, and study. That's a fit for me. Please avail yourself to the vehicles of support we have created for you. Of course, visit unityinlynnwood.org. Meet your leaders, read blogs, enjoy archived podcasts. You may even enlist prayer support and download brochures. Engage with UIL on the social media platforms of your choice. You are welcomed and encouraged to download the Unity in Lynnwood app. It's free in both Android and Apple versions, and as always, click on the Breeze link in your social media chat window. This will allow text reminders and notifications. As always, if you would like to stay in touch through periodic email messages, usually 2 per month, and no, we will never share or sell your information. Simply click yet again on that link provided in your social media chat window. We are happy to include you. As always, it's also a good way just to confirm that we have your current information. If you would like assistance with any or all of the above, click or call. We have a staff of really kind people who are eager to assist. Now, yesterday, I wish you could have seen our Daniel hauling mulch to our nature trails. He hauled mulch for about 6 hours. I wish you could have seen that. I wish you could have seen Don cleaning, Matthew trimming, Jerry power washing. I wish you could have seen Laura scraping moss from the curbs and John trimming. Now, John trimmed with the artistry. He could have been Anderson Cooper's stylist. It's beautiful. I wish you could have seen Candy and Connie and Rosalie weeding and Julie and Michelle mulching. I wish you could have seen Ken and Terry and Stacy, Miriam and Erlene preparing lunch. All under the leadership of grounds lead Tim Vokes. Deep and sincere gratitude to all. We are eager, as are you, for your return to campus. We promise you we will be ready. Megon McDonough, what a treat today is. You came on a good day. Megon McDonough is a nationally known singer-songwriter. She's been performing for more than 4 decades on stages as varied as Carnegie, perhaps you've heard of that, the Birchmere, the Wolf Trap, and more. She's best known perhaps as an inaugural member of the Four Bitchin' Babes. If you're not familiar with their work, by all means, give yourself that gift. She has 15 solo albums to her credit. Even now, I imagine you are opening your heart and mind to offer that unique brand of love and welcome for which Unity in Lynnwood is so known to Megon McDonough. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Dr. Richard. I am so happy to be here, honored. You are so much more than a body, more than your mind. What you are is the great I am, before and after time. You have that voice, you're the healer. You are here and now being healed. For the great I am lives in and through you. That's how it is revealed. 'Cause you are the I am. That's all you need to be. Here to make a difference, to set and be set free. You are so much more than your feelings, more than your fear. Though it takes you to a deeper place that's asking to be clear. You have that voice within you, with the answers every day. And I hear it every time I get out of the way. 'Cause you are the I am. That's all you need to be. Here to make a difference, to set and be set free. Oh, you can laugh, you can cry, you can just go for the ride. You can stay, you can play, it's the right thing you are the I am. That's all you'll ever need to be. Here to make a difference, to set and be set free. Here to make a difference, to set and be set free. Yes, you are the I am. I feel so much better now. Good morning. I am so happy to be here. I'm sure many of you have heard this funny tale, but Dr. Richards' talk of mulch made me think of it. Seems there was a gardener working hard in his garden one morning, and he took a break. He was leaning on his shovel when the local minister walked by and said, "That's a beautiful garden you and God have there." And the gardener said, "Well, thank you, Reverend, but you should have seen it when God had it all by himself." That we are co-creators with the one presence and the one power. Now, with a name like Mary Megan Margaret McDonough and being the seventh of 9 kids, I'm sure it's not going to come as a big surprise that, yes, I was raised Catholic, which I like to think explains my intense interest in Buddhism and attraction to Jewish men. But there were a lot of things that I kind of liked about Catholicism. So I'm not, this isn't Catholic, bashing or tale or anything like that. It's where I started, and it was beautiful. But there were a few things that were just a little off center that I had to maybe unlearn. One of them was that feeling of superiority that one can get when they're told almost on a daily basis that they had to save the public school kids from, from the fires of hell, but not to befriend them lest you stepped foot in their church. But that was your job. And also this encouragement to be all that you can be. And that would entail giving up your milk money to Dom in the Dominican Republic, and foregoing everything for Lent, and really suffering, because that was really character building and good for you. And who are you after all? Look at the saints. So today's talk title is Every Saint Has a Backstory. And it was inspired by a writing actually by Reverend Catherine So in the Science of Mind magazine for this month. She's doing the writings. And I was so impressed when I read this quote by Saint Teresa of Avila. To reach something good, it is useful to have gone astray and thus acquire experience. I've acquired some experience in my lifetime. Have you? Yeah. Not all good, but necessary. Saint Teresa, in fact, nothing in our circumstances is ever wasted or punitive. Saint Teresa of Avila obviously knew this. I was surprised to read her declaration. However, having been raised to think of saints as perfect beings. So obviously she had more of a backstory than we know about. I so wish two things. I wish I had known the backstory of the saints,
because I'm sure they were rich with teaching. And I wish that I had, in my childhood, in my Catholic upbringing, seen a picture of Jesus laughing. I think those would have been really valuable things, but I have them now. It wasn't until I came to, so you might be thinking, what's a nice Irish Catholic girl doing in New Thought? And it was absolutely the grace of God that got me here. I was in Catholic school till the 8th grade and learned so much. I was asked almost on a daily basis, who here wants to be a priest or a nun? And I thought, I was sure if I didn't raise my hand, that would go on my permanent record. And I would be singled out. So I, of course, raised my hand. And then I was told to go and listen for the calling. And my friend Linda put toilet paper in her ears at the time because she didn't want to hear the calling. She wanted to be a veterinarian. But I took a walk down the road from our house and I listened for the calling. And it was kind of a cold, windy, rainy day. And I was sitting on a kind of a stony hill because I was sure that if I were uncomfortable in the process, that would get me extra points and a little closer to this sainthood, or at least to being best friends with the Blessed Mother. But I didn't hear anything and I didn't see anything. And I thought, oh, now I'm really going to the hot place because I said I wanted to be a nun, when in fact, I think I just wanted to try on the costume. I don't think that was the motive that the nuns were going for to inspire me to, but I thought it was so intriguing. It was kind of cool. So I walked home so crestfallen and kind of afraid. And then that fateful night in February 1964. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, 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 yeah. I saw the Beatles on TV, and that sealed my fate for me. I knew what I was born to be, and that I couldn't change it. Saw that guitar for the first time at the music store next to the 5 and dime, and I knew that it was mine, like someone prearranged it. That guitar, I'll hold it close till it sings nobody knows. I'll take it everywhere I go, I'll even kiss it. That guitar and I are one. It's my earth, my air, my sun. And though I don't know what's to come, I just can't miss it. I begged my parents every day. I'd hint, I'd plead, I'd pray. I drove them quite insane. Oh, but they were patient. I was the 7th child of 9, and I wanted something that was mine. And though I never felt deprived, they knew this was different. That guitar, I'll hold it close till it sings nobody knows. I'll take it everywhere I go, I'll even kiss it. That guitar and I are one, and I know they might make fun. I didn't care, the deal was done, I knew that instant. Christmas Eve as mass dragged by is when I found out I could fly out of the car and then inside where every light was glowing. There it was behind the tree for the last time quietly. I hugged it and it hugged me, and the music started flowing. That guitar, I held it close against my heart as warm as toast. It was the thing I loved the most. I felt so lucky
That guitar and I were one, and the words just filled my tongue as I played on and on and on like lightning struck me. Oh, I played music constantly. It was like the red shoes for me. How was I to know that it would be the one thing that would never leave? That next summer my dad died. 3 months later my sister buried by his side. And all the countless tears I cried, never knowing what would save me. I'd just sit out in the yard and be rocked by that guitar. Every note would soothe my heart. Oh, the healing that it gave me. The guitar, I'd hold it close, tell it things nobody knows. I took it everywhere I go. I even kissed it. That guitar and I were one, and they all stopped making fun as I played on and on and on. Eventually they came around. That was the pivotal point in my life when the veil was pierced and I got to see what the other side is really like. That the light cannot be found if I'm so focused on doing this, doing this, and this is going to do this, and this will get me to heaven, and this will get me to sainthood. All bets are off when so much loss comes in, I think. Time passed, and having lost a father suddenly to a stroke, and then 3 months later, my sister was killed in a car accident. I became healed by the music and sort of hid in the music at the same time. It was everything to me. And performing became really important to me. And it kind of pushed feelings away. I poured feelings out at first and then sort of got busy. In 1979 was another pivotal point. I was visiting my mom, who had moved from Crystal Lake, our hometown, up to Minnesota to work in the theater. And I was 2 years into a marriage that I was too young to be in, and I think it was maybe another place to not hide, but heal what I thought was healing. And it was suggested that I maybe check out an Al-Anon meeting. Al-Anon is a 12-step recovery meeting, because with a name like Mary Megan Margaret McDonough and being the 7th of 9 kids, you might suspect there was a little drinking going on, and you'd be right. And the effect that had on me as a kid too. So I went to that meeting, and I can't remember what was said, and I can't remember really how it went. I just remember that when I left, I felt better. Then I went back to my mom's place, and I saw this little booklet on her coffee table called The Daily Word. And I picked it up and I read it. And then I noticed there was something called the Unity magazine. And I read it cover to cover. And I was hooked. It was so loving. It was so warm. It was so not Catholic. It was so not shaming. It was telling me things like, you and God are one. There is divine order. You are a co-creator with God. Jim Rosemurgy was my favorite writer, because what he could say in so few words, so powerfully. And I learned about the 12 steps. I went back to Chicago and looked up a Unity church.
immediately. And I noticed there was one in my hometown of Crystal Lake, and I thought, wow, that's a coincidence. And so I went to a service there. And as I got the address and I pulled up, I'm driving back to the building, I realized it was formerly a theater, and it was the same theater my sister was on her way to see her boyfriend the night she was killed in the accident, very, very close to this building. God had my attention then and there. I walked in, I heard a wonderful service. I felt a little bit like I would maybe get caught by Sister Mary Rebecca for being in a Unity church, but that quickly left me. Everyone was very warm. And I found a book called Power Through Constructive Thinking by Emmett Fox. And then I found a book called Discover the Power Within You. And they were talking about a power greater than myself, but not the same power that was demanding sainthood from me and perfection and a very non-punishing, loving power. I was all in, and my life changed. It would take so long to tell you the rest of the story. I started writing songs that just sort of started coming to me. A friend of mine called me one day and said, hey, we have to go out of town. He was the music director at a Unity church in Evanston. He said, we have to go out of town. And I was wondering if you could fill in for me as music director for a couple services while I'm out of town. And I said, oh, Ed, I would have no idea what to play. And he suggested a song that we had done together. We had been in a band together. And it worked, and I was asked back. And I started writing these songs, and they would coincidentally just tie right in with Eyck Evison was the minister then, with his talk, just sort of miraculously. This is one of the songs that I wrote for his service. On all of the paths that have pointed to peace, in all of the cures that promise release, the message was in all of these. The joys in the journey, the joys in the journey, the joys in the journey for me. In all of the books I've read and reread, in all of the lectures that play in my head, the wisdom of the great ones has said, the joys in the journey, the joys in the journey, the joys in the journey for me. Now don't be mistaken or misled, my friends. I got my days with the blues. But when I am down, I get held back again by someone who's been there too. So in all of the good times and all of the bad, in all the chances I'd forgotten I'd had, the kindest thought always comes back. The joys in the journey, the joys in the journey, the joys in the journey for me. The joys in the journey, the joys in the journey,
joy's in the journey. So the joy really is in the journey. It continues. Oh my gosh, it really continues now as we are in this shifting time. So what I wanted to leave you with today is we are ready. You and I are ready for this time. We are ready to be on the front lines of the new world. This is what we've been studying for. This is what I've been studying for. I feel called. I feel called. Not in a big telling people what to do or how to think, or I've had enough of that. I'm sure you have too. Freedom of thought. That's what unity is to me. And freedom to have a new thought that I'm perfect just as I am, perfect, whole, and complete. That I am one with the one presence and the one power, and that I can never be separated from that power. That is the good news. That's really good news. So I wanted to leave you with this song. Adjust my camera a little bit here so you can see my fancy piano work, or maybe not. Thank you so much for this time. I look forward to being with you in person. I know that is going to happen, and I don't know when, but I can't wait to get there. And please take this in the spirit it's given. I was so excited to be playing for you today, you there in the beautiful state of Washington, that I went out and got new Birkenstocks. I want you to remember that you are amazing. You have saintly moments all the time. Thank you. This is what I know about you. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. And with every breath you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing. Amazing. Love you. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Megan of the 5 names. You are amazing. Thank you for being with us today. And now we've come to the time in our service where we have the opportunity to give back to this spiritual community so that it can continue to flourish and nourish us. And in this time of virtual community, right where we are, let us join our hearts and minds together and bless our individual offerings right where we are in our bedrooms, our living rooms, our cars, knowing that we are one. And then while Matthew nourishes us with his ministry of music, you'll have time to access the online text to give or online donation options that will appear in your Facebook or YouTube chat window. So if you would, go ahead and take your offering. If it's a check, hold it in your hand. And if it's an amount that you intend to give virtually, hold the intention of the amount in your hand, knowing that each are simply symbols of abundance, symbols of the spirit substance that infuses all things. Charles Fillmore wrote, "Be still and turn within to the great source. See with the eye of faith that the whole world is filled with substance. See it falling all about you as snow, flakes of gold and silver, and affirm with assurance, I am now raised to the consciousness of the omnipresent, all-providing God substance." Feel the truth of this resonate throughout your entire being. And as the power of that, of the strength of your knowing increases, let it infill that intention and bless it, and then release it, knowing that it will be a blessing to unity in Lynnwood and the world. And so it is.
All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender, in sweet
Did I lose all of that? I lost all of that. It was a peak moment, too. It was life-changing. It was transformative. I want to thank Megon McDonough. Indeed, we do look forward to the day that you will be with us in person. I wanted to thank Cameron Sullivan. I want to thank Nathan. You notice we have 2 cameras working now. I want to thank Michelle on Live Sound, Nadine on Live Sound, of course, Scotty and Jonesy, the Reverend Nina Clark. How in love with the Reverend Nina Clark are you? May I get a show of hands, please? We're deeply committed to continuing to bring you dynamic music and dynamic conversations on Sunday mornings and beyond. To that end, it delights me to tease you a bit. On August 9th, we have Neil Donald Walsh. If you are not familiar with his work in the world, please check him out. On August 16th, special guest Mark Anthony Lord, a leading voice in our movement. Please invite some friends, form a watch party, join us. UIL's social group invites you to Zoom Stew. That's this evening at 6:00 p.m. Simply click on the event on the calendar page by visiting unityinlynnwood.org. All are welcome. Spiritual Awakenings. It is our midweek service. It's a service facilitated by Reverend Nina Clark. It is a welcome experience in current times. The next is scheduled for August 12th, 7:00 p.m. Of course, it is streamed via both Facebook and YouTube. Spiritual Saturdays, August 15th, Rabbi Ted Falcon. Yet again, if you have not availed yourself to the wisdom, to the depth, to the brilliance, to the humor that is Rabbi Ted Falcon, please tune in. There are spots available for our annual men's retreat. This is scheduled for September 4th through the 6th at Camp Houston. This is located in the Cascades of Gold Bar, Washington. They offer the line, explore who we are below the many roles we play and the masks we wear. There are a few spots remaining for our annual women's retreat as well. It's facilitated by Ricky Byers, scheduled for September 25 and 26. Please do note that if this retreat is redesigned to be a virtual retreat for any reason, we will make adjustments and still have that available to you. Simply, yet again, visit that event page on the unityinlynnwood.org website. Whew. Your Board of Trustees has canceled on-site gatherings through August 31st. We've been exploring a 6-week book study and practicum. It's drawn from the work of Dr. Kendi, How to Be an Anti-Racist. This book study and practicum has enjoyed a national audience that hit the maximum of 100 within the first few days. We're preparing to launch another one. We want you to know about it as our attending audience. Between September 6th and October 11th, we will offer another such event. It's drawn from the book White Fragility, and this will be a Sunday afternoon gathering, 3:00 p.m. If you're interested, please click or call administration and get on the list. We will let you know when registration opens. Let's close our outer eyes together, please. And let's just take a deep breath. And another. So simple, so simple. The profound spiritual practice of breathing. And let's imagine this deepening breath to be pouring itself through the very physicality of us, slowing, uncurling, relaxing from temples to eyes to fingers to toes. Let's imagine this breath pouring itself through the very physicality of us, bringing us into a heightened awareness of this place and of this moment where the full power, where the full potentiality of that which we call God awaits our availability. Ever giving of itself. And so in very real ways, we open the very hearts of us, we open the very minds of us to a life that knows neither beginning nor end. We open the very minds of us, the very hearts of us to a wisdom that is ever giving of itself. We open the very minds of us, we open the very hearts of us to a harmony that longs to demonstrate its activity in this world of form, and to that sufficiency capable and ample of making all of it so. Said in a different way, we open the very minds of us, we open the very hearts of us to God. You see, we close the outer eyes, not because we would turn from that which is true. We close the outer eyes that we might come into a spiritual seeingness of that which is really true. So taking another deep breath. If you're like me, this reorientation, this remembering, this acknowledging gives rise to something of a sense of gratitude. And we do not abandon this gratitude when we reopen those human eyes, but we bring it forth. We bring it forth. We carry it into the remainder of our day of earthly doingness. And we hold each other in our hearts, knowing that this is not a choice we make alone. What a privilege it is. We close with these sung words of blessing.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your